Yeah. We're ready. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our December 18, 2025 special magistrate hearing for the Building Division. If there's anyone who wishes to speak at today's proceedings, please stand and raise your right hand. For those of you standing in line, you can raise your right hand as well. Do you all swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Thank you. You all may be seated. At this time, please silence all of your devices. Our first case is for Inspector Severian Onescu on page 19, property address 3100 Northeast 49th Street, case number BE 25060071. Owner Royal Mariner of Fort Lauderdale, Inc. Notice posted at the property on 9/11/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Good morning. Inspector Severian Onescu for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is for an expired permit. This expired permit is for a building inspection safety program. The permit is expired and it's in violation. The city is requesting 63 days to comply and $200 thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Sure. Good morning. Jeremy Appistorff with Haber Law on behalf of the association.
Good morning.
We also have Joseph Compono, who is the board president.
Welcome.
And
Dan Sunday, member of the board and owner.
so we are present here today. The building is, they are undergoing their recertification. We have inspections and things going on. The problem is that this permit that expired is based on windows that were installed by a contractor that basically on the day they were installed leaked. We didn't pay that contractor the final payment, and we are now unfortunately in litigation with them to try and get them to replace. They want to repair, we want them to replace these windows. That's holding up our recertification, and unfortunately this whole process is also the association is seeking contractors to do the work. The problem is that they have to give this, we went through mediation, we have to give this contractor an opportunity to try and cure first. So it's kind of thrown a monkey wrench into our timelines of getting everything done. Other than that, the building is basically ready to be recertified, but for this component that needs to be sent.
What time are you looking at?
I'm asking for, I'd ask for 120 days, but I know I don't want. I know the officer was saying 60 days. If we can have 90 days to 120, that would be enough time, I think, to complete our the mediation and the negotiations between the parties and see if we can move it forward.
Okay, anything else from the city?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Rana Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. We'd like to keep with the 60 days and maybe, if necessary, a notice to reappear. Your Honor will notice this is a 2021 permit. So the permit and therefore the recertification have been pending for a number of years, and we're at the end of 2025. So we'd like to keep to the 60 days with an order to reappear to see where they're at.
Okay. All right, I think that makes sense. 63 days,
yes,
63 days, and then you'll reappear in February 19th.
Okay.
Okay. And, I mean, if you're working diligently, we'll work with you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Our next case is a hearing to impose fines on page 30. Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1412 Northeast 15th Ave. Case number BE 2407-0329. Owner Ephraim Chevrolet Revocable Trust. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has complied. The city is requesting administrative fines to be imposed of $850. The respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record, sir.
Officer John Garzon.
Okay.
I'm here on 1412 Northeast 15th Avenue. I appreciate if I get it reduced for $500 if it's, due to my work, and unable to take care of a few stuff. I was not able to rapidly get this thing done, and I got to work. So that's the only reason why I'm trying to see if I could reduce the amount.
Okay. Anything else from the city?
We can support the $500.
Okay. All right, $500. And happy holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 33. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. Property address 2300 Northeast 33rd Ave. Owner Everglades Club Condo Association, Inc. Case number BE 2409-0098. This case was first heard on 3/20/25 to comply by 5/15/25. One section not complied is $150. Fine suspended is noted.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexander Alvarez, Bill Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. This property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280B, building parts not maintained related to cracks on the concrete ceiling visible from the ground floor parking garage on the east side of the building. Water from the second floor patios appears to be penetrating through the concrete slab and leaking into the parking garage. Water intrusion into the north stairwell. As of today, violation remains. Our records show that the permit application, BLD-GEN-25110539, for required repairs was submitted and is currently under review. This is a mandatory reappearance, and respondent is here today to provide an update.
Please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Esther Schumann.
Okay. And can you tell me what's going on?
So we had some expansion joint leakage from the patios of the first floor into the garage, and the concrete was a bit spalding and wet. And I'm starting the repair as soon as the permits are through. So the permits are under review currently. And we would ask another 90-day extension, please.
Okay. Anything?
The city supports a 89-day extension and a mandatory reappearance to provide an update at that time. This way it will allow for the review to be completed. Hopefully the permit issue work commences within the next reappearance.
Okay. All right. 89 days, and you'll reappear on my March 17th docket.
Thank you.
To give me an update, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 22. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 336 Southwest 20th Street. Owner Stacy J. Dean. Case number BE 24070186. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
Good morning. Building Inspector Saragusti on behalf of the city presenting the case as read. The case is not complying. I will let the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Stacy Dean.
Okay. Can you tell me why this property is not in compliance yet?
So I'm in litigation with the former owners. I have a signed mediation agreement that they have been postponing on. They just actually did comply as of last night at about 9 o'clock because my attorney threatened to impose sanctions, which the mediator and the judge assigned to the case said they would fully agree to. So as of last night, they allowed me to assign a general contractor to the case so that we can begin the general contractor come through and do the inspection. I purchased the home from the two sisters back in 2023. They did the entire home without one permit, and so I sued them for fraud because they represented themselves as seller and owner, and I'm in the process of pulling their real estate licenses as well.
Okay. How much time do you think you need?
I'm requesting 60 days to at least get the inspector in there, let him look at everything because they have to certify electrical, plumbing, mechanical, structural and the windows and doors. I've applied for all the permits. I've personally paid for all the permits. I've provided architectural plans. I just can't provide any more detailed plans that the city clearly needs because they're refusing to provide me any of the names of the individuals that they paid under the table to complete the work. I researched, they had pulled off all of the stickers off of the hurricane-proof windows and doors. They left one, so I did my research. I found out the manufacturer. I pulled all the NOAs myself. I submitted them to the city, and I threatened to include him in the lawsuit if he didn't comply, which he did.
All right. Any objection to 63 days?
The city support a 63 days extension and stop the fines.
Okay. Good for you. All right. 63 days, and we'll suspend the fines during that time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 8. Seniors notice posted at the property on 10/29/25. Notice posted at 1 East Route Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presented the case as read. The property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1, shed structure without permit, and City Ordinance Section 47-19.2.8 for several shed structures in the backyard. The case was opened in August 23, 2024. Inspection report was made on August 28, 2024. Final notice was made on October 1, 2024. Notice of hearing posted at the property on September 19, 2025. No permits are in process. We are asking the magistrate to find that the violation exists to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Shirley Sandler.
Okay, Ms. Sandler, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance?
Ma'am,
within
the property's
190
been in compliance since April 21st.
Okay, please don't interrupt me.
Okay.
All right, so you have no problem with, then the inspector can go out and re-inspect during that time and comply the property if what you're saying is correct.
An inspector already was there and took pictures.
Yeah.
Okay,
He didn't have access to the property.
okay, all right.
We don't know yet.
All right, 119 days or $50 a day thereafter, and the inspector will be out, and you'll need to grant him access in order to confirm that the property is in compliance, okay?
But we already did that.
Okay. Apparently not, so, or if you did, you're doing it again. 119 days or $50 a day thereafter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 19. Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 3200 North Port Royale Drive, 1602, case number BE2506-0263. Owner, Maribel Fernandez Dillon, Joe Everett Dillon. Notice posted at the property on 9/12/25, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Severian Onescu, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is for an expired permit. The case is not complied. The city is requiring 119 days or $50 per after to comply.
Please state your name for the record.
Maribel Fernandez Dillon.
Okay, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day?
Yes, I am.
Thank you so much for your cooperation.
Thank you.
Happy
holidays, everyone.
You too. Thank you. Our next case is on page 20. Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 3055 East Commercial Boulevard. Owner, East Commercial Boulevard Property LLC. Case number BE2502-0026. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 9/18/25. one section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $9,000, which continues to accrue.
Severian Ionescu, Building Inspector for the City, presenting the case and address as read. The case is not complied. The permit shows awaiting client reply since 7/19/25. The city is requesting to impose.
Please state your name for the record.
Yes, Mark Nucci.
Okay. Can you tell me why it's taking so long to get the property in compliance?
Yes, as soon as they received notice, they immediately began attempts to comply. Unfortunately, they ran out of time. All they need is another 2 weeks. But with the holiday season upon us, we respectfully request that we get another 30 days.
Okay. Any objection from the city?
I mean, Your Honor, I guess, and for the record, Ronald Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. As the inspector stated, part of the concern, I would think, is that the permits are in the system, but they're waiting. They've been awaiting a response and a reply from the property owner and/or representative since July.
Okay.
Yes, they were uncertain as to how the process worked. Once they got the notice that they were not in compliance, they immediately hired engineers to bring the property into compliance. They just were unfamiliar with the proper process. I got involved with the case just recently, so they asked me to attend the hearing, request the additional time. Whatever is necessary to address the permit issue, we'll be happy to do that within the 30 days.
Hmm?
All right. I'll give you 28 days and suspend the fines during that time.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Our next case is on page 7. Inspector Severian Ionescu. Senior Inspector Jose Setagusti. Property address 1321 North Andrews Ave. Owner Arthur Hoff Jr. Case number BE 2502-0229. Notice posted at the property on 10/28/25. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read, the property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for 2 rear structures in backyard, aluminum shed area, and 1 shed. The case was opened on February 21st, 2025. Inspection report was made on February 28, 2025. Notice of hearing posted at the property in September 19, 2025. There are permits in process, awaiting client reply since June 20, 2025, and one of the structures is a trailer mobile that it has his tag. It's not a violation that. We are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists to grant the property owner 118 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Arthur Hoff Jr.
Okay. And are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day thereafter?
Yes, I've been speaking to the contractor who obviously needs more direction.
Okay.
Can I just qualify that it's just the back roof?
Only one structure. The other is a trailer. It's not a violation.
It's tagged, right? Okay, so just the back roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next case is on page 24. Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Property address 1421 Northwest 2nd Ave. Owner Devlin Trinity Revocable Trust. Lara K. Devlin, trustee. Case number BE 24050095. This case was first heard on 9/19/24 to comply by 11/21/24. Fine suspended as noted. 1 section complied at $50. City is requesting to vacate order imposing fine from 9/18/25 and reimpose fines to administrative costs of $1,180.
Andrew Gabbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This case is complied. The City is requesting the fines be reduced to the administrative costs. I will let the respondent speak.
Please state your name for the record.
August Pujol, professional engineer, state of Florida, representing Devlin Roofing. Michael Devlin, especially for the job. It went through too many upsets, but it's completed and finished. We asked for amnesty for the property manager.
Okay. Are you in agreement to the reduction to administrative costs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bless you. Happy New Year.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Our next case is on page 29. Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 1017 Southwest 19th Street. Owner Sharon Duncan. Case number BE 2408-0288. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,900, which continues to accrue.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The City is requesting that fines be imposed. I will let the respondent speak.
Morning. Please state your name.
Good morning, Miles Jolly.
Okay, Mr. Jolly. What's the status of the property?
So my client's in the process. She submitted for permits to get the structure retroactively permitted. Unfortunately, going through that process, she realized there are issues with the zoning laws and how this structure was built in the first place. I want to just make clear this isn't a situation where my client was trying to skirt the zoning laws, get away with something. She was unfortunately taken advantage of by an unlicensed contractor who told her he got permits for everything. The structure was built in addition to a renovation that was legally permitted. Everything was fine. But come to find out, months later, this structure was not actually permitted. So what our plan is now is to submit for a variance to try and get it into compliance and then submit all the permits from there. We would just ask for an extra 120 days to do that.
Okay. Any objection from the city?
So, Your Honor, to get on the Board of Adjustment doesn't take that long. It's a pretty quick board to get on. If you have all your paperwork in order, I would suggest maybe 90 days, and maybe in order to reappear in the event that they aren't able to accomplish that, you can update the magistrate.
I think that's fine.
All right, 89 days, and in order to reappear on my March 17th docket.
Sounds great.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 28. Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 305 Southwest 19th Street.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I apologize. Did you state the fines on that last case?
Yes, we would need to state the
we're
fines.
suspending the fines.
Okay,
during
I don't know
the
if you
time,
stated that exactly.
Yeah, just so you're aware, I'm going to suspend the fines during those 89 days.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
305 Southwest 19th Street. Owner J.C. Stornetta. Paul Joseph Burns. Case number BE 2408-0375. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,900, which continues to accrue.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The City is requesting that fines be imposed. The respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
J.C. Stornetta.
Okay, Ms. Stornetta, why is the property not in compliance yet?
I have applied for a permit that was rejected due to a size issue. Since then, I have had electrical plans, make sure everything's up to code electrically. I've had a survey. I have an architectural engineer that is ready to move on his plans. He wants to attach it to the house, and he has asked me to make sure that is okay with the building department, and that is the only thing that they need to see in his plans. He just wants to make sure that there's no other issues that we need to do, because we want to do it all in one shot. So I have everything ready to move. I'm just trying to make sure it's okay with the building department, and I have not been able to speak with them.
Okay. And why is that?
I've left messages, and the phone isn't answered.
Okay. All right. And how much time are you asking for?
He said it should be relatively easy and fast. I think it could be done within the next 60 days, probably 30.
Okay.
We'll give her the 89 days to come in compliance
Okay.
and state the fines.
All right. 89 days, and I'll suspend the fines during that time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 34. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 3100 Northeast 32nd Ave, case number BE25050030. Owner, Pac-Man Intracoastal LLC. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 12/25/25. Two sections not complied at $200.
Good morning, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. They requested for this hearing for an extension. The city, at least Joe Pasquarello, he's not here right now, but he wanted them to come and speak to allow you and see if you wanted to give them an extension or not.
Okay. Please state your name for the record.
Good morning. Nectaria Chakas with the firm Lockery & Chakas on behalf of Pac-Man Intercoastal LLC. We're here to request an extension of the compliance date. The current compliance date that you ordered at last month was December 20.
How long do you need?
90 days. There's ongoing environmental remediation, soil remediation that's going on site. I have photos if you'd like to see it. And the City Commission on Tuesday night took action to designate the site as a brownfield. Once that happened, the next day, which was yesterday, they immediately started work. I think Mr. Quintero can attest that he went out to the site and he did see that they are building the trenches to go ahead and remove the contaminated soil. The fence, which is the issue of this whole violation, cannot be moved back because the work that's being done with the backhoes and the fill that's going to be brought in, that fence needs to stay there for safety purposes. So the fence permit to move it back into our property will or has been filed. So there is progress being made. They just simply can't do some of these things that the city's asking for while the site is being remediated for environmental contamination.
Okay. City have any objection to 89-day extension?
The fence, they took out the sidewalk, and the fence is all the way up to the road, but they can't move the fence back because they're doing the work. So I can't speak on behalf of the building official.
All right.
Yeah,
89 days, and I'll suspend the fines during that time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Clarification. I believe the compliance date was set for the 25th, which is next month. So I don't know that there are fines that are actually accruing yet.
No. Not yet.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 25. Chief Martinez, property address 801 Northeast 18th Court. Owner, Camelot Shores Condo Association, Inc. Case number BE21060170. This case was first heard on 11/18/21 to comply by 5/17/22. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fine $78,100. Fines imposed on 2/20/25. City's requested to vacate order imposing fine from 2/20/25 and reimpose to administrative costs of $1,383.33.
Good morning, Chief Martinez, representing the city. Case and address as read. The case is compliant. I'm going to allow the respondent to speak.
Okay. Please state your name for the record.
August Meitzner, representing Camelot Shores Condominium Association.
Okay. Are you in agreement with the reduction to city costs?
Yes, we are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
Happy holidays. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 23. Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 640 Northeast 17th Way. Owner, Thomas Woodcock. Case number BE241000156. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,900, which continues to accrue.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This case is not complied. However, I have been in recent contact with Tom, and he is working to resolve the issue. He's put in applications, and if I think a couple days out, his permit should be renewed, and he should be good to go.
Okay.
I'll allow Tom to speak.
All right, please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Thomas Woodcock.
Okay, and how much more time do you think you need?
I only need sort of 30 days, but it's the fines that I'm worried about, because I had to move twice.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to touch the accrued fines until the property's brought into compliance, and then I'll be happy to deal with them at that time.
Oh, I can't do anything about the fines today.
Not today,
Oh,
not
okay.
today. Okay. All right, so we'll give you 28 days and suspend the fines during that time. All right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 21, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 1408 Northwest 5th Ave, case number BE 24090115, owner John Navarro, homestead exempted, Frederick Santera. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Please state your name for the record.
John Navarro.
Okay, Mr. Navarro, why isn't this property in compliance yet?
I've gone through 2 expediters. Finally, I found a guy that's going to do the job, and we hired him about 2 weeks ago, gave him a retainer, and it looks like we're full steam ahead. I've already have the survey. I have the plans. So I've done all my legwork, and I've been down to that office, I'd say at least 15, 20 times. So I think now I have all the ingredients to make this thing move quick as possible.
How much time are you asking for?
I asked for 60, but seeing how paperwork seems to take, to get on the system, it always seems to be a little bit delayed. 90 would be appreciated, but I will settle for 60.
City won't oppose to a 63-day extension.
Okay.
And to state the fines.
All right, 63 days, and we'll suspend the fines. If something happens, make sure you keep in touch with the inspector.
I appreciate that.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Our next case is on page 24, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 3110 Southwest 17th Street, owner Ketia Amari and Abby Sion, case number BE 25020187. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the fines to be imposed. I will let the respondent speak.
Please state your name for the record.
I had hired a contractor, and he started to pull the permit.
First your name, ma'am.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's Ketia Amari.
Okay, all right. And what progress have you made on the property?
Well, the contractor got sick, and I've waited for him to get better, and he hasn't get better yet, so I have to hire someone else. I'm in touch with 2 separate contractors to go ahead and to take care of it, so I might need another 90 days to make it happen. Is that possible?
Okay, anything else from the city?
You're requesting 90 days extension?
Yes, he started to pull the permit, and then he got sick. So he pulled out a permit, I believe, on the April of this year, and then the contractor got sick. So I'm looking for a separate one.
Okay, what if we do 89 days in an order to reappear? Is that all right?
Okay.
Okay, all right, 89 days and an order to reappear on my 317 docket. Okay, all right.
Our next case is on page 8. Senior Inspector Jose Satagusti, property address 2885 Northeast 29th Street, case number BE 25080012. Owner 2885 Northeast 29th Street LLC. Notice posted at the property on 11/21/25, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The property was sited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for pool alteration, spa alteration, pool deck, including plumbing, electrical, mechanical, seawall repair, AC unit replaced. The case was opened on August 4, 2025. Inspection report was made on August 5, 2025, and notice of hearing posted at the property in September 19, 2025. There are permits in review in this time. We are asking the magistrate to find that the violation exists to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
That was 119 days and how much fine?
100.
Okay, thank you. All right, please state your name for the record.
Suarez, representing Mr. Mark Lindsay.
Okay, are you in agreement to bring the property in compliance within 119 days or
Yes,
face a fine of $100 a day?
Most of the permit has been applied for.
Good.
The pool permit is in revision, so 119 days will be perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Our next case is on page 20. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 3250 Northeast 28th Street, owner Le Circle by the Beach Condo Association, Inc., case number BE 23060035. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 3/20/25. One section complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $1,700. There are 4 extensions noted.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The case is compliant. A respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Hi, my name is William Asta.
Okay. There was an accrual of $1,700 in fines. What do you want to tell me?
Well, we're pretty much complete at this point.
Okay.
Long permit process, long contractor process. We're not construction managers, of course, but it's nearly complete. I think we're about 60 days out.
Okay.
I'd like to see the fine reduced to administrative costs.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one of those cases where the administrative costs are higher than the fines.
Then I definitely don't want that.
All right. Okay. I'll propose the fine of $1,700.
So we're going to leave it 1,700.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is also on page 20. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 340 San Marco Drive, owner 340 San Marco LLC, case number BE 22010154.
They left.
Oh, they left? Yes. Okay. Sorry. To page 23, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 1420 Southwest 33rd Court, owner John Howard, case number BE 24090163. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $5,550. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $854.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has complied. The city is requesting the fines be reduced to the administrative costs of $854. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Good morning. My name is Fred Razvani. I'm a general contractor representing the owner. We would respectfully request a reduction if possible. The owner purchased material from Costco that was not possible to install in South Florida. He lost a lot of money having to take it down and return it. So if you could kindly reduce it from $850 to $450, we would be very grateful.
Anything else from the city? Okay. All right. I think from $5,500 to our cost, the city's cost is fair. So I'm going to impose $854 city costs.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next case is on page 22, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 804 Southwest 22nd Terrace, owner Sonia Wright Grant, case number BE 24060049. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,900, which continues to accrue.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case is not complied. I will let the respondent speak.
Please state
Good
your name.
morning. My name is Sonia Grant.
Okay. Can you tell me what's taken so long?
Okay, well, the people that doing the work, I pay them, so I don't know. They have, what do you call it? Right. Every time they ask for something and they apply that to them, they ask for something else. And the last thing they asked for, they sent it over 7 days now to the city. Because they told me that they need, they also sent it to my email, that they need like something that wasn't done properly, something like that, I don't know. And they send it to them and they get it repaired. So I'm just here because I got a court hearing.
Because why?
No, I said I'm here because I get a date for a court hearing. But all they ask for the correction, they already send it out.
Okay. All right. And how much time do you need to get that done?
The correction?
Yes.
I think they send different times. They send different correction, and they always get that done. The last time they send me an email how much to pay for the permit, and I was putting the money together to pay for the permit, and then I see they send out a letter for correction. Because this is from last year, June. I'll be doing this because now I'm retired. Couple weeks time, I'm going to retire. I have medical issue, and I'm doing that room for my daughter so she could help me with the bill because, you know, I'm not going to be able to by myself. And this is what I'm be getting.
No, it's... They are permitting process, and they are waiting client replies since December 11, 2025.
Okay.
Yeah, December 11, 25, they send it out. Yes,
It's correct. It's a building permit.
Okay. So any objection from the city for an extension?
Your Honor, Chief Martinez, representing the city. Who is applying for permits? A contractor?
Yeah, at first about the permit, I didn't know anything about it, permit, because the person who was doing the work, I asked him if I could get a permit. They said no, because the structure is already there.
But who is going through the process of applying for the permit? I just want to make sure that it's somebody that knows the process, because if they don't provide the request that the plan examiner are asking, it's going to keep kicking back. So that's what I'm asking you. Is a professional involved on applying for the permits?
Okay, whatever they told me they need, because I'm the one that go there. I even pay for them to look through the paperwork and all that.
Ma'am, I think the chief's question was, are you doing this all yourself?
No.
Or you have a contractor?
I have somebody that doing the work. I just pay them to do the work.
Okay.
Okay,
The city support 63 days extension
all right.
and stop the fines.
All right, 63 days, and I'll suspend the fines during that time. But get on this guy.
60 days?
63 days.
For what exactly?
To finish the permit process.
Okay, so they have to finish the work in 60 days?
63 days, is that right?
Yes.
You have to obtain your permit within 63 days.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm new to this, so can you explain that more briefly? When you said 63 days, they have to finish before I pay for the permit?
No. In 63 days, the contractor has to be able to pull the permit, get the permit issued, so he can start completing or calling inspections or completing the work. In 63 days, the city needs to issue that permit within that period of time.
Okay.
Okay? If you obtain your permits, then you're good to go.
Okay.
But it has to happen within 63 days.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, because I was told that they need to do the correction, and then I'll...
Yeah, but the correction is to respond to whatever inquiry the plan examiner is asking, because the paperwork that it was provided to them is not clear. So there are questions. Corrections are questions that they have. So your contractor just needs to respond to that, or your architect or your engineer.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, so they're going to send out the email to them, so...
They already did.
Oh, they already did?
So they
Okay.
did as of December 11th.
Yes.
Okay, well, I didn't know. Okay.
Right, and so you just have to have everything approved and then pay for the permit, which means it'll be issued, and then you're good within the 63 days.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is Senior Inspector Alexander Boris on page 32, property address 213 Royal Palm Drive, owner Maury Legacy Foundation, Inc., case number BE 251-00165. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 12/18/25. One section not complied at $500.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Jack Seiler representing the owner of the property.
Good morning, Jack.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. This property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280B for building parts not maintained related to the roof covering, roof trusses, fascia, and soffit. Violation remains at this time. At the last hearing, the city requested a mandatory reappearance so that the respondent could update the magistrate regarding any progress made. And the respondent is here.
Okay, where are we at?
So I just got a copy of it, and I just shared it with a couple of neighbors. The structural engineer was hired. They're supposed to have the report by the second week in January to us as to whether there's a potential to salvage this, and that the company, just on the record, is CSW Structural Engineers. The agreement was signed on 12/17/25, and I don't disagree that if it's not repairable, that it needs to be torn down.
Okay.
We'll see. We expect that. I don't know if you want to roll it 2 weeks or however you want to handle it, but the report was supposed to be back to us. Get out of this email. So they say the first 2 weeks of January 2026. This says they retarped the soffit, though, just so it didn't appear, Mr. Inspector. The email I got says they retopped the soffit completely. Is that not done when you went by?
When I went by, the tarp had flown out, and the situation actually got worse because the trusses were now exposed, and the water intrusion now it's affected the trusses. Hasn't been recovered after my last visit. I'm unaware, just like I'm unaware of that report that you mentioned.
So this came in last night to my office, and they said they have retarped the area of the soffit that requires the repair.
I was not there yesterday.
Okay, so
But that doesn't comply the
listen,
case.
I understand the frustration, so however you want to try to quickly address this, but that's the issue we're dealing with.
Okay.
Just trying to get this final structural report back.
All right. Is there any objection to an extension from the?
I think there's someone that wants to be also.
Okay. I'm sorry. Please state your name for the record.
Michael Burke from the Nermany Isles Homeowner Association. We were in the neighborhood. This property was cited in November of last year, 2024, for an unsafe structure related to the roof. We're here a year later. We think, I heard you say earlier that you deal with fines after they come into compliance.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that needs to proceed with a fine rather than an extension. You can always deal with the fines later if there's good reason for it. That's what we think should happen.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Marcia Levy, neighbor. I can recall I believe it was 2022, that several of us from the neighborhood appeared. Same issues, same concerns. There's construction underway at the point of a brand new home that is going to be exquisite and very, very expensive. There is also another home on the point that has been fighting with this for several years. I think that we've continued to hear that there are postponements. Enough is enough. I think that if it was in your neighborhood and it was unsafe, you would be concerned too. Now, there is a very beautiful yacht that's parked behind the home. The home is vacant. This isn't right. And how many more years do we have to put up with this? So I believe one of the neighbors took a picture was this morning that perhaps she can share with you as to what's been done.
Yeah, I was going to say you need to show it to Mr. Seiler, please.
Apparently it was retarped. It looks like it may have a tear in it, but I'll find out. Again, I have no problem with a very short This is a 25 case. Mm-hmm. Remember the 22 cases, I don't think it was 22, I think it was 23, but that was complied. Mm-hmm. And this is a 25 case.
Yes, I understand. All right.
So, Your Honor, Ronald Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office was speaking with the Senior Inspector, and we would like to hold for the compliance, which is today, operationally, when it's set for Massey, which is, has to go through that process, the property owner really has that time anyways to come into compliance and to work on, the reports and the remediation and such. So in essence, that gives them time, but to the neighborhood's point, it also keeps us on a shorter leash of accountability.
And when would they be set for Massey, do you think?
That's going to be,
Well, wait a minute. The compliance, there was not a hearing to have it non-compliant. Remember, this was the case where I've been the attorney for 3 years, handled litigation at the courthouse. This was a case, this property was tied up in litigation with a former attorney trustee who lost his license. We got this property back. So I don't know how there was a compliance deadline of day, because the only prior hearings, they did not notice me, and you were all notified, and they said they were going to roll it. So how was there a hearing on compliance with the deadline set for compliance?
Well, I think you misunderstood. Did you see my prior order?
there was a hearing on 11/20.
Right, and they said they rolled it to today because I was in trial at the Broward County Courthouse, and that was called in, and we were told that was going to continue today's hearing to today, not find a violation, because I was in trial with Judge Hames on a 5-day jury trial.
Right.
And that was, I was told that was going to continue today, that hearing to today. And I have no problem with you setting a compliance date based on today, but to come in and say that was, because that was not what was notified to my office when this was rolled. Because we did not send anybody to that hearing from my office because we had no one to send. He didn't come in. He was out of state. He called me.
Yeah.
Non-lawyer representative.
Yeah, there was someone here, Jack, and I said, my recollection is that I said that I would give them the 28 days or whatever it was in order of reappearance to give you an opportunity to argue whatever you wanted to argue.
Well, then I would still argue that if I'm sitting in a courthouse in a 5-day jury trial, that I can't leave to come over here. And the representative that came was, as Mr. Brooks said, was not an attorney. He was supposed to notify you I was in trial, but instead I had called the city and notified him, and they said, we'll move it to December. It's being moved to December.
He may have even agreed with that, is my recollection, but I can't be positive about that off the top of my head. But, all right, in an abundance of caution, I'm going to give you another 28 days and suspend the fines during that time. But we really got to get this moving.
I understand. What is the date going to be? And I'll make sure we...
28 days is January 15th, and I'm going to give... you want another order to reappear? What? No?
Is that going to be for a Massey or
No, she's giving him 28 days.
reappearance?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll give you an order to reappear on that date.
Thank you. Are you suspending the fines for that period of time? Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 3, Chief Martinez, property address 1790 East Las Olas Boulevard, owner Mayfair Arms, Inc., case number BE 2508-0227, notice posted at the property on 9/15/25, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 12/4/25. Is there a respondent here for 1790 East Las Olas Boulevard? Okay, I guess they left. We'll wait till the end, Leo. Moving on to page 33. Is there a respondent here for 1661 Southwest 32nd Court? Okay. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 1661 Southwest 32nd Court, owner Sebastian Barrett, case number BE 2407-0086. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 4/17/25. One section not complied at $50. There are 3 suspensions noted.
Jose Saragusti, Building Inspector for the city, updating the case number as read. The case is not complied. I will let the respondent to speak.
Hi, good morning. My name is Sebastian Barrett. So dealing with quite a lot of issues. I know that we've already gotten the architectural drawings done. I paid for that. I've also been paying a permit runner to kind of try to help with the process. That has just kind of been a headache for, it feels like, the past year. I've spoken with Mr. Saragusti, and I told him at this point I feel like I just have to do everything myself, because he let me know that it's awaiting client response or reply since March, and I was under the impression that this was being taken care of the whole time. So instead, at this point, I'm probably going to just request my money back from the permit runner and try to go down, or he gave me the phone number to,
Permit solution.
yeah, so I can, because I really don't know how the process works at this point. It's just getting kind of long and drawn out.
Yeah.
Especially since I know I'm moving next year, I'm going to have to do something with the house.
Yeah. Any objection to a further extension?
The city doesn't oppose 63 days extension, but it will be the last one.
Okay.
Thank you.
63 days will suspend the fines, but no more after this. You're going to have to figure it out.
Yes, ma'am. Just quick question. Like I said, I already paid for the architect to do the drawings, and from what I understand, it's been submitted. Is there a place I can physically go, or I have to just call them
For what?
to do the reply?
Oh, to apply for the request for comments?
I think, is that what that is?
It's in the system. When you have comment, you need to include the missing information in the application, in the plans. If something is missing, you need to move forward with the system in the city.
Okay.
When you apply for that,
Okay. So
you
the
need to
issue.
complete the information.
Okay.
At this time, they are permitting process, but they are awaiting client reply. You need to move forward.
Got it.
Okay, I think what he's asking is, can he go down there in person, or is that something that has to be done online?
If you both, you can go there or you can apply. You can continue online.
Okay. Follow-on question. I know he's saying that there is somewhere I'm supposed to respond. Where am I supposed to be getting the notifications that I'm supposed to be responding to something?
Okay, well, your notifications are going to come from, go to the property, the address that's on the property appraiser's website.
Right, so the notification on the permit stuff is whoever's applied for the permits and provided that email, that he or she is the one that's going to receive those comments. So if it wasn't you that applied for the permits originally, you're not going to receive those comments, but they can speak to you about the permitting process if you're going to try to do it yourself, because that's also going to require a change in the system in the back.
Thank you. I appreciate your help.
All right,
Happy
thank
holidays.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 5, Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 2811 Northeast 40th Street. Owner Gordon W. Latz, Gordon W. Latz Trust. Notice posted at the property on 10/20/25, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-105.1. This building was illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: interior remodel, including kitchen, bathrooms, AC, and plumbing. The case was opened 7/30/2025. Inspection report mailed 8/1/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 9/17/2025. I visited this property to investigate the complaint as noticed and met with the owner, Gordon Latz, who gave us access to inspect the property. During my inspection, I observed that the property was completely remodeled, including the kitchen, bathroom, window, doors, flooring, etc. Further research verified that these renovations were done without permits. I thereafter spoke with the son of the owner, Mr. Latz, who's here to represent his father, who lives in New York. He indicated that they're in the process of getting the architectural drawings completed for submittal for the permitting. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record. Okay.
Can you press
Push the button at the bottom. There you go.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes.
great. Good morning. My name's Chad Latz. I'm the son of the owner of the property.
Okay, what do you want to tell me about this?
From the time we were informed by Inspector Mark about not being in compliance, we've gone ahead and retained architects. We have an engineer that's completed their inspections, and I have a meeting scheduled tomorrow, actually at 11 a.m. in Deerfield to go over the plans to get the final drawings sealed and submitted for permitting. My father's not been in great health, and I've been trying to manage this process a bit from New York, back and forth in terms of taking care of his treatments and then also trying to move this forward. I had submitted a violation remediation report that kind of gave key actions, and we've been proactively trying to move this and get this resolved.
Okay,
So-
what's the city's recommendation?
The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Are you in agreement with that?
I'm in agreement with that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I just wanted to thank and applaud the professionalism of the city of Fort Lauderdale.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 30. Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1826 Southwest 29th Street, case number BE 2408-0264. Owner Glenn P. Henry, Timothy Henry. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,900, which continues to accrue.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The city is requesting that fines be imposed. The respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record. Okay, can you tell me why this has taken so long?
They're waiting on the architect. The work is actually done. All of this work actually was done prior to the homeowner buying it. They didn't do this work. On the 16th, the update was given to the city. It's waiting for update.
Okay.
I can confirm that permits are in process. How much time would you need?
I don't really know. I know they initially submitted on August 14th, and now December 16th they're doing something else. I don't really know when they had to add notes to it, so I'm not really sure what the time frame is as far as like why he didn't have it right the first time. So yeah, I don't know if 30 or 60 days is appropriate. Yeah, 2 days ago something else was submitted.
We'll support 63 days
Okay.
to compliance and state of fines.
All right, 63 days and I'll suspend the fines, but you need to find out from your contractor what's going on and why there's still comments pending. Okay, thank you.
Our next case is on page 1. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 304 Southwest 13th Street. Owner Matthew Sullivan, case number BE 2507-0040. Notice posted at the property on 11/7/25, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Good morning. Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1, work without permit for roof structure attached to the northwest corner of the house. Case was opened on July 7, 2025. Inspection report mailed to the property owner on 7/23/2025. City is requesting for the magistrate to find that violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter, and for the final order to be recorded. Respondent is here to speak.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was looking at the picture. 119 or?
119 or a fine of $50 per day thereafter, and for the order to be recorded.
Okay. Okay, please state your name for the record.
Oh, press the button, sir. There you go.
Good morning, Matthew Sullivan.
All right, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day?
Yes, ma'am. I'm working with the engineer now and just trying to see if the footprint of the aluminum structure can be actually permitted. If it can't be, I'm just going to pull it down.
Okay, all right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Crazy. Our next case is on page 21. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 1021 Southwest 29th Street. Owner Adriana P. and Robert A. Mercado, case number BE 2408-0147. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,900, which continues to accrue.
Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Adriana Mercado.
Okay, Ms. Mercado, why is it taking so long?
Well, unfortunately, I lost this house on April 12, 2023 due to flood, so I didn't live there for 9 months, and the violations are due to the renovations that we had to do due to the flood. I haven't lived in Florida since. I mean, yes, but not in Fort Lauderdale. I have moved 5 times. You can see on the tax records. So unfortunately, we have been like gypsies for the past 3 years now, 2.5. And so I have worked a little bit on some of the permits, but I would like to kindly request a little bit of an additional time so I could close the other permits that I still have open.
Okay.
City won't oppose to a 63-day extension.
All right.
And state the fines.
All right, 63 days, and I'll suspend the fines during that time. But you really have to get this done in that time, okay?
I understand, and I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day.
Our next case is on page 33, Senior Inspector Alexander Borges. Property address 3051 Northeast 47th Court. Owner Wayne House Association, Inc. Case number BE 2308-0031. This case was first heard on 11/21/24 to comply by 1/16/25. One section not complied at $50. There are 4 suspensions noted.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280C regarding deteriorated porches, balconies, including but not limited to steel columns and disrepair. The case is not complied. The respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Charles Chase.
Okay. It's been going on for over a year. What's going on? Turn the mic on.
Okay, hear me? Okay. So currently we are in the city with permits. So on Thursday, October 16th, we received the first round of comments. One of those comments were the asbestos survey, my apologies. So we, within 2 weeks, were able to hire a company. They came out and they did the report, or they started the process on October 29th. The GC received the survey on November 10th and then submitted it to Broward County. So currently it is into Broward County. We followed up the beginning of this week. They sent us a message saying that we didn't have the proper information. However, our general contractor has followed up with the Broward County, and they said that we should have it today. So I do have copies of where it's showing that it's into Broward County, so we're waiting on that. Now, there are a couple other...
How much time are you asking for?
30 days. I mean, we're set to start construction on the 5th of January.
It's, there's been no real progress since the last hearing. It's been over 2 months for the comments. We can support one final extension, but it's been going on for quite some time. October 16 was the date of the comments. Here we are 2 months later, and it wasn't just that. It was multiple comments from flood and building. Building had 5 comments. We haven't received any response to any of those comments yet. City will support one final extension of 30 days.
And on those comments, our general contractor said that they have not submitted those comments yet because they would be kicked back anyways because we do not have the certification for the asbestos. But if you would like, we could have her submit those comments today.
Okay, 30 days and I'll suspend, what? 28
20
days, sorry.
28 days, okay.
I gotta go by my calendar. 28 days or, and I'll suspend the fines during that time, and that's the last extension. Remind me next time I said that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Our next case is on page 25. Chief Martinez, property address 225 Northwest 8th Street, 1-A8. Owner 225 Northwest 8th Street LLC in care of RTW Rentals. Case number BE 2407-0105. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 2/27/25. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $11,100, which continues to accrue.
Chief Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. This is a BSIP case. They are missing the revised report. This was open on 2024. I'm going to allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record. Okay. Why hasn't the report been submitted?
I got extension letters from the engineer. I don't know why, but he sent me signed extension letters to submit to you guys. We're just asking for 90 days for him to...
Why you didn't submit it in the system? Let me see.
I just got them this morning.
Let me see it. Let's recall this case because I have to check the permit and everything.
Okay, all right. I'm going to have to recall it. Next case.
Our next case is on page 13. Inspector Andrew Gebbia, thank you. Property address 613 Southwest 20th Ave. Owner Jennifer M. Murray. Case number BE 2508-0038. Notice posted at the property on 10/29/25. Posted at 1 East Road Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property. As stated in today's agenda, this case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a $50 a day fine thereafter. I will allow the respondents to speak.
Please state your name.
Jennifer Murray.
Okay.
This is my son. He will be speaking to me.
Hello. Are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day?
Yes, ma'am. The only hole we have was the landscape that we got through the fence, but the landscape was so expensive we had to put some nursery over the fence myself.
Okay.
But it should be done by Monday.
Oh, perfect. All right. So you have 119 days and or $50 a day thereafter. If you run into any problems, make sure you contact the inspector. Yes, ma'am. All right.
Yeah, any problems, Charles,
Happy
just please call me, okay?
You have your card.
All right. Yeah, you got my number and my email, okay?
Yeah, come Monday. I do have a question. The landscaper did come out to tell us where we can put the plants and stuff.
Right.
But he said we have to schedule. So can we call you a schedule for to come out for the landscape and the fence and the...
No, I'll explain to you how to schedule it. So
Yes, sir.
we'll meet back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Andrew. We're going to recall the case on page 25, property address 225 Northwest 8th Street, 1-8.
Chief Martinez, representing the city, Your Honor, I just want to let you know that the letters are no signed and sealed, and also there are no an issue permit on the letter, so the letters are no valid.
Okay.
So the city is standing and requesting the fine to be imposed.
Okay. All right. You need to get this report in, okay? I'm going to impose the fines, but once everything's done, you can apply for amnesty. And if you're diligent, it'll be reduced to like 10%. 15. Or 15 now? Okay, sorry. 15%. Or you can come back for a Massey hearing. Well, actually, yeah. Or if there's any additional fines, you can come back here and do it that way.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, all right.
Our next case is on page 26. Chief Martinez, you want to talk? Okay. Property address 805 Northwest 2nd Ave, 1-6. Owner 805 Northwest 2nd Avenue LLC in care of RTW Rentals. Did I call that one already? Oh, this is your case. Okay, sorry.
Chief Martinez
Wait,
represent.
wait, I didn't finish reading this. Okay. Case number BE 24070102. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 2/27/25. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $11,100, which continues to accrue.
Chief Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. Your Honor, this is the same situation. No letter, no issue permits. They're missing the revised report.
Okay. Please state your name again for the record.
Fadi Tabash.
Okay, all right, so we'll do the same thing here. If you get the report in, there'll be, minimal fines continue to accrue. But you got to get it in, and it's got to be sealed and whatever. If you have any questions, ask the inspector, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 22. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 701 Southwest 12th Ave. Owner Gabriel Palladino, case number BE 24120134. This case was first heard on 3/20/25 to comply by 7/17/25. Fine suspended is noted. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $9,000, which continues to accrue.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case is not complied. I will let the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Richard Rosa, attorney for the respondent. So we were here in the October hearing, and after we left, plans were drafted. The only set of plans that were missing after submission were the MEP set. The MEP set has since been drafted. We received it. I shared it with Mr. Saragusti this morning, notified them that we'd have it, and to the best of my knowledge, they've already been submitted as of this morning. So this was one where there's after-the-fact permits. It was a little bit more complicated in the drafting, but I've personally spoken to the MEP drafter. We know they will be submitted. If we can get a one-time extension of an additional 63 days with continuance of suspended fines, I believe everything will be complied by that 63rd day.
Any objection from the city?
The city support 63 days extension.
Okay. Please get it done during that time.
Thank you so much. Just to be clear, the suspension is still in effect.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 2. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 3309 Northeast 33rd Street. Case number BE 25050048. Owner Second Risk Holdings, LLC. Notice posted at the property on 9/25/25, posted at Waynesboro Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The use and occupation of this building has been changed from the original permit occupancy classification of an ice cream parlor Group A2 to office space Group B without obtaining the required permits and certificate of occupancy from the building department. And 105.1, this building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: complete interior build-out, will need electrical, mechanical, plumbing, and structural permits. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Avi Devere.
Are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day?
Not really, because I purchased this property in April 31st of this year, and 9 days later I received the citation from the inspector. The seller of the property is now my tenant, and they don't want to comply with anything, and they have the property in possession until the end of April in 2026. So in my defense, I would like to fix it today, but they have to be out of there because I brought 2 contractors and they told me that as you can see, the restrooms are not in compliance with the ADA rules. So there is some demolition needs to be done and they don't want us to do it. So if you can somehow declare this property unsafe and we can remove the tenants and do the work, that would be amazing. If not, we need until June of next year.
I don't think I have that authority, and it's not in front of me.
No, Your Honor, and again, you know, there may or may not be remedies under the lease. Obviously, we are not here. We can't give you personal legal advice, but we're going to stick to that 119, particularly generous, in my opinion, in light of the fact that it's being occupied in a manner contrary to the issued certificate of occupancy.
They don't even have a certificate of occupancy, right? Am I correct?
For the current use, right?
Yeah. So they're basically illegal, and we try to send them letters from the attorney, but they're.
Okay, all right, I'm going to give you 119 days or $50 a day thereafter. I can't give you legal advice, but if you need to evict them, you should have time to do that.
In an order to reappear.
Yeah, and in order to reappear on my April 16th docket for a progress.
So I have to come here again on April 16th.
Yeah. Unless you comply the case.
I can't. I tried. We send them letters. They're refusing.
Well, I suggest you seek legal advice on how to proceed.
I did that too, and my attorney told me that there is nothing he can do because they sold it as one corporation and listed it as another corporation. It's one of these, they took advantage of the situation. And
well, but what you have to understand is you're the owner now, so under the code, you're going to have responsibility for this. So if your tenant is not complying,
can I have 150 days, and then I can take care of it?
I'll give you 119 days, and the order to reappear. If you have a problem, you can tell me about it April 16th, and we'll see if additional extensions are warranted. But you need to be diligent.
But nothing's going to happen until the 119 days because I can't do anything. I can't evict them.
Why not?
Because they sold the property as one corporation and they leased it as another corporation.
Well, whoever leased it, whatever company's leased it, that's the company you evict.
And how do I evict them?
I can't give you legal advice. You have to get a lawyer, a landlord-tenant, somebody that does landlord-tenant. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, Senior Inspector on page 7, property address 810 Southwest 26th Court. Owner, Christopher Armstrong. Case number BE 2409-0084. Notice posted at the property on 11/25/25. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1. Patio trellis in the back of the yard, also complete renovation, including kitchen and bathroom alteration, all new electrical system, tankless water heater, and AC, including mini split, impact window, and shed. The case was opened on July 9, 2024. Inspection report was mailed on July 13, 2024. Final notice was mailed on November 25, 2024. Notice of hearing posted at the property on September 17, 2025. There are permits in process that they are awaiting client reply since December 4, 2025. We are asking the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Christopher Armstrong.
Mr. Armstrong, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day?
I do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 24, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 2406 Gulfstream Lane, owner LMGA Investment Group LLC, case number BE 2408-0017. This case was first heard on 5/15/25, to comply by 9/18/25, one section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has not complied. The city is requesting the fines be imposed. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Good morning. My name is Alan Gonzalez, the owner of the
Mr.
property.
Gonzalez, why is it taking so long?
Honestly, between the engineer that needs to sign the letter, it's actually some concrete stairs that I did without permit and waterfall on the pool. Other than that, everything's with permits, a brand new property. And we're working with the engineer because it was built already. The engineer took like 2 months to go to the property. Then the architect, the plan runner, it takes so much time. And the last correction, because the plans have been submitted, so I've been going back and forth with the city. The last correction, I think it was about a month and a half ago or 2 months. And then my architect required some microfilms of the property, but the microfilm wasn't in the system because it's a brand new property. We finished on December, and I finally got the microfilm from Patricia on Monday. So, because they couldn't find the plans because they were on the process of going digital, that was the reason.
How much time do you think you need?
120 days.
How much time?
120 days, is that okay?
No.
Just tell me,
city,
whatever you guys say. I mean, I'm working on it. It seems, honestly, this work was supposed to be done like in 3 months. Not that much. But look what happened, one thing led to the other one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Do you want him to reappear?
Yes.
All right, 63 days. I'll suspend the fines during that time, and you'll reappear on the February 19th docket unless the property is in compliance beforehand.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right,
thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Our next case is at the bottom of page 13, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 805 Northeast 17th Way, case number BE 2507-0252, owner Grigory Vernikov, or maybe it's Gregory, I don't know. Notice posted at the property on 9/11/25, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Good morning.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case has not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Grigory Vernikov.
Okay. Are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day?
If I agree to comply in 190 days.
Do you agree to bring the property into compliance by getting the proper permits within 119 days?
Yes.
Okay. All right. If you have any questions, see the inspector after the hearing, okay? All right. Thank you very much.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Preston Mark on page 28, property address 301 Southwest 21st Street, owner Matt J. Baker, case number BE 2408-0294. This case was first heard on 3/20/25 to comply by 7/17/25. Fine suspended as noted, one section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
Preston Mark, Bill Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance The city is requesting that fines be imposed. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Matt Baker.
Okay, Mr. Baker, why is this property not yet in compliance?
I'm sorry. Initially, I went with the complete wrong person. And anyway, now that I've got the right people, the GC, the architect, we've submitted the site plans, and then which we had no corrections for that, but then they wanted electrical plans. We submitted that, and each time I'd have to go back to my architect, and now they wanted structural plans, which I put pressure on my architect to try and have done before today, and this should be the last thing. However, the structural plans, I've got them. They have not been submitted. That's the update over there. All of the rest of the plans have been submitted correctly. My architect has had really high blood pressure and has been in and out of hospital, so I used to try to not be too hard on him. I'm doing my absolute best. I bought the property like that. And I'm not a property developer. I'm just a guide.
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
Yes, I can confirm that he has had some difficulties with the permitting process. We can give what?
I'd like 119 days.
No.
60, please, something, anything.
I can support 63 days.
Okay. I promise I'm still going to put pressure on. I want this done as soon as possible.
Okay, I understand. All right, 63 days, and I'll suspend the fines during that time.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Inspector.
No problem.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Preston Mark on page 5, property address 1092 Long Island Ave, case number BE 25070324. Owner Danubia Perdomo. Notice posted at the property on 10/29/25. Notice posted at 1 East Road Boulevard, 12/4/25. Okay, I'll let him present first, then I'll swear you in.
Well, no, swear him in first, and then let me give him the violation so he can read it.
Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth, to transfer from Spanish to English and from English to Spanish? Thank you.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector of the City, presenting case and address as read. This case was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 105.1. This building was illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits, including the conversion of garage into a livable unit, including kitchen, bath, mini split, etc. There's also a second violation for use and occupancy under Florida Building Code 2023 111.1.1.1. The use and occupancy of this dwelling has been altered and changed from its originally permitted occupancy of a single-family residence to a multifamily dwelling without obtaining the required permits and certificate of occupancy from the building department. The case was opened 7/31/25. Violation found 8/4/25, and special magistrate notice mailed 9/17/2025. During my visit to this resident, I met with Mr. and Mrs. Perdomo, who was very cooperative and gave me access to view the work that was done in the garage. They indicated that they were not aware that they required a permit for this. However, during my visual inspection, I observed that the two-car garage was converted into what seems to be a rental unit, including full kitchen, bathroom, AC units installed, etc. There was a side entrance to this separate unit, but no access to the main house. Further research verified that the renovations were done without permits. The owner is here to present her case.
And what's the city's recommendation?
Let me read it. The city is requesting that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Inspector, can you read her the violations and see if she is in agreement to bring the property into compliance within the 119 days, and explain also the fine thereafter. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Danubia Perdomo.
Good morning.
¿Usted entendió lo que el inspector le explicó?
Sí.
¿Entendió?
Sí.
She says she understands what the inspector
Okay.
stated.
All right, okay. Is she in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day?
¿Está de acuerdo con traer la propiedad para corregir la violación antes de los 119 días si no le dan una multa de $50 por día? La propiedad la citaron por trabajo sin permiso por 105.1 y por estar ocupando esa parte de la casa sin el certificado de occupancy.
Sí. Puedes explicarle que yo ya estoy haciendo los permisos, ya tengo 2 permisos aprobados y estoy esperando por 2 más, que los inspectores me dieron unos issues y ya los corregí también y estoy esperando que ellos están en review.
Okay. She has applied apparently for 2. She's actually saying she already has 2 permits. She's waiting for 2 more and waiting for, they're working on addressing some of the issues on the remaining 2 permits. ¿Está de acuerdo con los 119 días?
Yeah.
Yeah, she agrees 119 day.
Okay, all right, so ordered. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your assistance, Inspector.
Thank you, Alex. Our next case is on page 31, Senior Inspector.
city properties, parks, and maintain the tree canopy.
As a tree service, we take away all our clippings.
The mulch that we generate from our trucks we use in parks for pathways. We also have a couple parks that have holding areas where the general public can come and use some for their yard.
Not many people are aware of this, but the Tree Services Division is on call 24 hours a day.
During the recent flooding, we cleared roadways from limbs that were floated out. We helped clear out storm drains. And any down, broken limbs, we went around through our parks and just made sure everything was okay.
If you, as the general public, see a tree that could be a potential hazard or causing an issue, call 954-828-8000.
On this special day, I welcome the USS Fort Lauderdale to the fleet, and I wish you all who sail her fair winds and
stand by all our service members and veterans and honor those who continue to serve, as well as the memories of our fallen. And to the commander and the remarkable crew of the USS Fort Lauderdale, I pledge to you that I will stand with you each and every day as together we fight. Thank you so much, and congratulations to our community and to the United States Navy.
And on behalf of the President of the United States, I hereby place United States ship Fort Lauderdale into commission. May God bless and guide this mighty warship and all the brave women and men who shall sail in her. Captain, congratulations.
Every day.
It means being active, connected, and supported. The city looks out for us.
No matter how we serve our neighbors or what part of this beautiful city you live in, we are all Fort Lauderdale, and that is what it means when we say we are FTL.
Fort Lauderdale is the city you never want to leave. From our beach and waterways to our entertainment and cultural spots, Fort Lauderdale
Moving back to page 1, property address 6100 North Federal Highway, owner 6100 North Federal LLC, case number BE 25070138. Notice posted at the property on 9/11/25, posted at 1 East Road Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Good morning, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This case was opened and inspected on July 15, 2025, and the following violations were observed. 47-19.5.E.7, chain link fence in disrepair. There's a section which is not secured and leaning. Violation 9-1D is complied. Inspection report was mailed out on July 15, 2025. Reinspection on August 18, 2025, still in violation and was scheduled for this hearing. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on December 16, 2025, in violation 47-19.5E7 remains. City is requesting 35 days to comply or a fine of $100 a day thereafter. 35 days, $100 a day.
Okay, so ordered.
Property address 6855 Northwest 22nd Terrace, owner Walter Zavala, case number BE 25060262. Notice posted at the property 9/26/25, posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This case was opened and inspected on July 30th, 2025, and the following violations were observed. 47-19.5, fences erected on the property are not adhering to the setback requirements as required by this section. The required landscaping is also not installed. 9-1D, any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of the. There is construction work at this property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of but not limited to metal fence surrounding the entire property and small metal fence at the front, shade structure with bar that has utility connections, electrical and plumbing, half bathroom and split air conditioning unit. Inspection report was mailed out on July 30th, 2025. Reinspection on September 2nd, 2025 showed it was still in violation and scheduled for this hearing. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on December 16th and the violations remain. There are 2 permit applications in the system that are being reviewed and have not been issued. Permit BLD GEN 25110568 and BLD GEN 25120239. City is requesting 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter for each violation.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 2. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address BE 25070003, owner Jeffrey A. Franzano, Shamira Franzani, case number, did I say the case number already? Property address 2572 Mercedes Drive. Notice posted at the property on 9/9/25, posted at 1 East Road Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Inspector Martinez on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: the removal of the garage flood vents. Vents are required per FBC Residential R322.2.2.1. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 2736 North Federal Highway, owner City Mattress of Florida, Inc., case number BE 25070091. Notice posted at the property on 9/25/25, posted at 1 East Road Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case and address as read. Permits were left to expire as stated in today's agenda, and as of 12/17/2025 remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 119 days or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 3, property address 1 West Sunrise Boulevard, owner 1 West Sunrise Boulevard LLC, case number BE 25060190. Notice posted at the property on 10/28/25, posted at 1 East Road Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Sheriff Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1790 East Los Olas Boulevard, owner Mayfair Arms, Inc., case number BE 2508-0227. Notice posted at the property on 9/15/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Chief Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Moving on to page 4. Inspector Linda Holloway, property address 723 Southwest 14 Terrace, case number BE 2509-0107, owner Daniel M. and Cindy Graffman. Notice posted at the property on 10/29/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Good morning, Inspector Linda Holloway on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale Building Division, presenting case BE 2509-0107, property address 723 Southwest 14 Terrace. The property was inspected on September 16, 2025, and the following violations were observed as depicted in the photos. 24-11B, there is loose or unsecured solid waste or construction debris on site. 25-7A, it is unlawful to obstruct the swale or right-of-way with such materials, debris, porta potties, toilets, etc. And there is material on the swale area as depicted in the photos. On September 16th, I posted a red tag on the property. While on site, I spoke with Tom, a friend of the owner. Tom stated that he would have the debris and overgrowth removed and asked if he could have time through the weekend to complete the work. On November 3rd, I spoke with the owner, Daniel Graffman, on site. He stated that the property should be in compliance by the end of that week. As of my pre-hearing inspection conducted on December 17th, 2025, it shows that both violations remain, and the city is requesting 35 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Case number BE 2508-0133, owner Ecor LLC. Notice posted at the property on 9/24/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Thank you. Inspector Linda Holloway, presenting case BE 2508-0133, property address 905 Northeast 17th Avenue. The property was cited on August 20th, 2025, and the following violation was observed as depicted on the photos. 1812A, there is overgrowth of grass, weeds, and foliage, trash debris on this property and or its swell. There is a torn and tattered banner sign on the fence. An inspection report was mailed to the owner the same day. I also left a voice message for Enrique Kristoff advising of the violation. A pre-hearing inspection conducted on December 16th shows that the violation remains, and the city is requesting 35 days and or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Property address 909 Northeast 17th Ave, case number BE 2508-0120, owner Ecor LLC. Notice posted at the property on 9/24/25. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Thank you. Inspector Linda Holloway on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale Building Division, presenting case BE 2508-0120, property address 909 Northeast 17th Avenue. This property was cited on August 20th, 2025, and the following violation was observed as depicted on the photos. Violation 1812A, there is overgrowth of grass and weeds and foliage, trash and debris on this property and or its swell. There is also a torn and tattered banner sign on the fence. An inspection report was mailed to the owner on BCPA the same day. I also left a voice message for Enrique Christoph advising of the violation. A pre-hearing inspection conducted on December 16th shows that the violation remains, and the city is requesting 35 days and/or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Moving on to page 6, property address 2931 Riverland Road, case number BE. We did? Oh, yeah, we did. Sorry. Property address 3100 Northeast 49th Street, 905. Owner Stuart Lamont. Case number BE 240020241. Notice posted at the property on 10/20/25. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Preston Bank Building Inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This is an expired permit case as stated in today's agenda. The city is requesting that 119 days to comply or fine of $100 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 3600 Gulf Ocean Drive, 1A. Case number BE 25050156. Owner Kristen Deering Kirk, Zachary Cox Kirk, and all others. Notice posted at the property on 9/25/25. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Preston Mark Building Inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-105.1. This building was illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits. In the following manner, but not limited to, the installation of a washer and dryer within an apartment unit without permits. The case was opened 2/29/2025. Inspection report mailed 6/2/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 9/3/2025. I visited this property to investigate the complaint as noted and met with the property manager, Shane, who gave us access to the condo. During my inspection, I visually observed that the washer and dryer was installed in the master bedroom closet. Further research verified that there was no permit pulled for this work. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 4143 North Ocean Boulevard, 108. Owner Arzu Yonak. Case number BE 25070073. Notice posted at the property on 9/25/25. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Preston Mark Building Inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-105.1. The building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: the remodel of the kitchen and bathroom at this condo unit. The case was opened 7/9/2025. Inspection report mailed 7/15/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 9/3/2025. I visited the property and was granted access by the owner, Azu Yanek, to investigate the complaint as noted. During my inspection, I observed that the kitchen and bath was in the process of being remodeled without permits. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance with a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 7. Property address 1545 Southeast 15th Street. Owner 1545 Southeast 15th Street Holdings, LLC. Case number BE 25070153. Notice posted at the property on 10/14/25. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1, for total building demolition. The case was opened July 16, 2025. Inspection report was mailed on July 23, 2025, and notice of hearing posted at the property in September 19, 2025. There are demolition permit in process, awaiting client reply since December 8, 2025. We are asking the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 8, property address 3100 North Ocean Boulevard, 2701. Owner Sherman Properties International in care of Maria Teresa Marsano. Case number BE 250700085. Notice posted at the property on 10/29/25. Posted at Windsor Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case is complied.
Oh, complied? Okay.
Yes, this morning.
Okay. Moving on to page 9.
Thank you.
Building Inspector Russell Castile. Property address 649 Northwest 15th Way. Case number BE 250700213. Owner, Southeastern Conference Association of Seventh-day Adventists, Inc. Notice posted at the property on 9/10/25. Notice posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Good morning. Russell Castile, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to comply or a fine of 50 days thereafter.
$50 a day thereafter. So ordered.
Property address 1017 Northwest 5th Street. Owner, 1017 Tuskegee Park LLC. Case number BE 250800030. Notice posted at the property on 10/28/25. Notice posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Russell Castile, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 10, property address 1636 Northwest 5th Ave. Owner, Derek L. Ruffner. Case number BE 250700232. Notice posted at the property on 11/5/25. Posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Russell Castile, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1752 Lauderdale Manor Drive. Owner, Melanie Michelle Garcia. Case number BE 250800070. Notice posted at the property on 11/5/25. Notice posted at 1 East Road Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Russell Castile, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 12, property address 170 Penn Way. Case number BE 25070026. Owner, Jason Casimir. Notice posted at the property on 11/7/25. Notice posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation of the Florida Building Code 2023, 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to a garage conversion consisting of structural, electrical, plumbing, and mechanical work. This property was also cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023, 111.1.1, the use and occupancy of this dwelling has been changed from the original permitted occupancy classification of a single-family home to a multifamily dwelling unit without obtaining the required permits and the certificate of occupancy from the building department. This case was opened on 7/3/2025. The inspection report was mailed on 7/22/2025. Special magistrate was scheduled on 9/3/2025. On 8/13/2025, I met with the owner of the property, Jason Casimir. He invited me in to inspect the garage conversion. The garage has been converted into a studio apartment with a bedroom, small kitchen, bathroom, split AC, and a split AC unit. I explained that in order to comply, he would have to get a permit for the on 7/18/2025. I arrived at this property on 7/17/2025. As I pulled up to the house, I observed a new concrete driveway installed. I knocked on the door, spoke to the owner of the home, Ricardo Garcia. I explained to Ricardo that the driveway was installed without a permit, and he would need to obtain one in order to come into compliance. A driveway application has been submitted, BLD-RPAV-2509-0002, which is awaiting client reply. The city is requesting the special magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $50 a day fine thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 14, property address 1545 Southeast 15th Street, 1-2. Owner 1545 Southeast 15th Street Holdings, LLC. Case number BE 2506-0147. Notice posted at the property on 10/14/25. Notice posted on Eastboro Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $100 a day fine thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1611 North Federal Highway. Owner Frem Fed 5 Inc. Case number BE 2507-0316. Notice posted at the property on 9/25/25. Posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation on the Florida Building Code 2023-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to 2 bathrooms consisting of structural, electrical, and plumbing. This case was opened on 7/31/2025. The inspection report was mailed on 8/1/2025. Special magistrate was scheduled on 9/5/2025. On 7/18/2025, I was driving down North Federal Highway and observed work being performed at this new restaurant. I stopped in to see what was going on. They were installing a new floor in the restaurant. As I walked through, I observed that the bathrooms were undergoing renovations, both men's and women's. They were not working on the bathrooms at the time I was there. There was no other work going on in the restaurant. The floor in the restaurant was completed and they were finishing the tiles in the front. I asked if they had permits for the bathrooms. They did not. They were painting inside and they were done with the floor. I spoke to the owner of the restaurant, Mr. Martin. I explained that he would need toilets for the bathroom construction. He understood. Since then, they have submitted BLD-GEN 2509-0093, along with the electrical subpermit ELE-GEN 2512-0018, have been applied for this work, but not yet issued. A plumbing subpermit is also required for this project. The city is requesting the city is requesting the special magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 2521 Northwest 30th Way, case number BE 25070240, owner Kerry Harvig and Mikhail Kabachenko. Notice posted at the property on 9/10/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Okay, let the record reflect that these people sent an email in, which I did review, requesting an extension, and I find 119 days sufficient or $50 a day thereafter.
Thank you. Moving on to page 15. Property address 5470 Northwest 10th Terrace, owner Sand and Steel Properties LLC, case number BE 25070276. Notice posted at the property on 9/12/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 6884 Northwest 30th Ave, owner Inspiron LLC, case number BE 25080034. Notice posted at the property on 10/20/25. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a $50 a day fine thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 16. Property address 401 Northeast 14th Ave, case number BE 25070305, owner DCL 401 LLC. Notice posted at the property on 9/24/25. Notice also posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Severian Ionescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is for an expired permit. It is not complied. The city is requesting 119 days and $50 per after to comply.
So ordered.
What was the fine? What was the fine?
119.50.
50? Okay. I didn't hear that part. Moving on to page 17, property address 1119 Northwest 14th Court, case number BE 25070301, owner Pauletta D. and Ivanhoe Green, notice posted at the property on 9/11/25, notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Severian Ionescu for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is about an expired permit. The case is not complied. The city is requesting 119 days and $50 per after to comply.
So ordered.
Property address 1207 Northeast 13th Street, owner Ryan Michael Thornton, case number BE 25070229, notice posted at the property on 9/11/25, notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/4/25.
Severian Ionescu for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is for an expired permit. The case is not complied. The city is requesting 119 days and $50 per after to comply.
So ordered.
Property address 1237 Northeast 14th Ave, case number BE 250701 0160, owner Valentina Akil and Levent Akil. Notice posted at the property on 9/15/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Severin Ionescu for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is for an expired permit. The case is not complied. The city is requesting 119 days and $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Orange Isle, owner 19501 Project Corp. Case number BE 2506-0268. Notice posted at the property on 11/21/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Severin Ionescu for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is for an expired permit. The case is not complied. The city is requesting 119 days and $50 per day thereafter to comply.
So ordered.
Page 18, property address 2436 Aqua Vista Boulevard. Owner Michael M. Manley. Case number BE 2507-0065. Notice posted at the property on 9/15/25. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Severian Ionescu for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is for an expired permit. The case is not complied. The city is requesting 119 days and $50 per day thereafter to comply.
So ordered.
Page 19 at the bottom, property address 3800 Gulf Ocean Drive, 1408. Case number BE 2506-0273. Owner Zappa Vigna, Inc. Notice posted at the property on 9/15/25. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/4/25.
Severian Ionescu for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is for an expired permit. The case is not complied. The city is requesting 119 days and $50 per day thereafter to comply.
So ordered.
That completes our new business cases. Moving on to the hearing to impose fines. Page 20. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 340 San Marco Drive, case number BE 2201-0154, owner 340 San Marco LLC. This property was cited on 12722 to comply by 12822. One section complied at $200, fines imposed on 31722. City is requested to vacate order imposing fine from 31722 and reimpose fines to $9,000.
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you. Property address 470 Bontona Ave. Owner Gordon Herman, case number BE 2409-0045. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $11,800, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
Property address 3250. Owner let's circle by the beach condo. We did? Okay. All right. We're not doing that one. We did it already. Page 21 at the bottom. Property address 3461 Southwest 16th Street. Owner Barbara C. Salas Alejandro Vega. Case number BE 2407-0173. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $2,300. City is requesting to reduce the administrative cost of $500.
So ordered.
Page 22 at the bottom, property address 1000 Northwest 11th Place. Owner Coretta Allen. Case number BE 2407-0213. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,900, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
Page 23, property address 1332 Citrus Isle. Owner Walter W. Carnett. Case number BE 2503-0240. This case was first heard on 6/10/25 to comply by 8/12/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $4,000. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $770.
So ordered.
Page 25 in the middle, property address 350 East Las Olas Boulevard 2. Ouch. Owner FT350 LLC, SS350 LLC, case number BE 24080012. This case was first heard on 3/20/25. To comply by 5/1/25, one section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $23,000, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
Page 26, property address 866 Northeast 20th Ave, owner Worth 866 LLC, case number BE 24070401. This case was first heard on 3/20/25 to comply by 9/16/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $1,500. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $575.
So ordered.
Property address 920 Northwest 1st Street, owner Victory Investments and More LLC, case number BE 24070130. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 5/29/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $2,400. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $575.
So ordered.
Page 27, property address 925 Northwest 12th Ave, case number BE 24070104, owner Springfield Missionary Baptist. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 2/27/25. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the fines in the full amount of $11,100, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
That was rescheduled, right? Okay. And that one was withdrawn. Property on page 28 at the bottom, property address 6401 Northwest 14th Ave. Owner Oasis of Hope Community Development Corp. Inc., case number BE 25010049. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section complied at $50. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $808.
So ordered.
Page 29, property address 837 Southwest 26th Street, case number BE 24070076. Owner Stephen McManus, Rachel Malpas. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,700. The city is requesting to reduce the administrative costs of $1,085.
So ordered.
Property address 1010 Southwest 30th Street, 1-2. Owner Tevin D. Gray. Case number BE 24080279. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $1,900. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $900.
So ordered.
Page 30 at the top, property address 1139 North Rio Vista Boulevard. Owner John C. Midditz. Case number BE 24080110. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $2,250.
So ordered.
Page 31 at the bottom, property address 2895 Northeast 32nd Street, 109. Case number BE 25010142. Owner David Alosius Wardowski. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 8/14/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $4,000. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $899.
So ordered.
Page 33 at the bottom, property address 2351 Southwest 27th Terrace. Owner Heather Rossioli. Case number BE 25030166. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 12/18/25. One section not complied at $500. This case was ordered to reappear, but there's no respondent here.
Jose Saragusti, Building Inspector for the city, updating the case number read. The case is not complied. The city is asking the magistrate, the case come back as a Massey.
So ordered.
We would like to have all the cases
Thank you.
listed on page 35 into the record as closed, rescheduled, or withdrawn.
So ordered.
Thank you. This concludes our December
Happy
18,
holidays,
2025 special magistrate hearing.
$66 coded profiles that were entered by the